Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully you can see us alright. I got a little monkey with me today, and we are up here at Cycle Gear. We're actually at the store in Bridgeton, Missouri, and I'm going to take him in and we're going to get him fitted for a helmet since he just got his motorcycle license. And we're going to talk about the importance of having a properly fitted helmet and why it is very important to make sure your helmet fits you correctly. So hang in there, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you already have, hit that notification bell. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments as always, and we will be right back.
The four main types of helmets that we have here, on the far side in front of Blake, we have a half helmet. Now I have worn, this is a Fulmer half helmet. I have worn this half helmet for several years. I love the helmet. It's fairly lightweight, it's comfortable. This is a 3/4 helmet. As you can see, it's open in the face. This one actually does have the snaps for a snap-on face shield. Some do, some don't. You can snap a visor on as well. These, a lot of times you'll see more on touring bikes. With the 3/4 helmet, they give you more protection around the lower portion. This section of the helmet gives you more protection around the lower portion of the back of your head. Unfortunately, I can't shove this one on his head. It's a little too small. This is my full face. Now this is a Scorpion EXO. This is actually a really nice helmet. I bought this several years ago when I had my street bike. It is a full face. There's, which is going to give you the best protection. Okay, this is going to offer better protection than anything else out here because the chin guard is firmly attached to the helmet. This one does have the clear face shield. This helmet also has a secondary internal tinted face shield for during the day, which is really nice. Now, one thing you have to keep in mind with a full face helmet, when you start getting into full face helmets, you need ventilation because during the summer you will get extremely hot. During the winter, if you don't have some ventilation, the face shield will fog up on you. So you have to keep that in mind. And even anti-fog coatings, eventually it's going to fail, so you need to be able to ventilate it. But this helmet also has a built-in pump on the inside, up here, right here in the chin, right up in here. And you can actually pump it up, and there's an air bladder back behind the cheek pads on each side, and you can actually pump these up and tighten them up around your neck to give your head more support on your neck, which would be a really good thing in the event of an accident. It'll help keep everything up here more rigid. This is the last type of helmet that I have here for display, and this is actually a modular. And this one, it's basically a full face helmet, but the chin piece will lift up and give you basically the 3/4 helmet, which I just got this one today. And the reason I bought this one, I like my half helmet, but I want to start running a communication system with him starting to ride. That way when we're riding together or I'm riding with my wife, we can talk to one another much easier, especially as he's learning. But in order to do that, I could do it with a half helmet, but you're going to deal with a lot of wind noise, so I thought I'd go with a 3/4 because I do like having the ability to get the visor up so I could get a drink of something or whatever without having to fight my way around the chin guard. Now, here again, like I said, this helmet, it flips up like that. It also has your standard flip up clear visor. Then down here there's a slide on the bottom. I'm peeling my price tag off. There's a slide on the bottom. It has a interior tinted visor. And of the couple that I looked at, this Sedici, I like how far the visor comes down because it leaves very little room in here for light to come through, and I'm picky about that. That's just me. Plus we have some adjustable vents down here. We also have adjustable vents up in the top, and there are other vents. There's some more ventilation back here. Now, when you're selecting a helmet, first thing you need to make sure in the United States that all these have a DOT certification on the back. Now each one of these helmets has a DOT certification. Now, if you're doing things that are a little more extreme, this helmet, and this is one that my kids use, I brought it in because I don't know if you can see it back here, but this is a fiberglass and Kevlar helmet. This is actually a Vega Mach 1. It's an older helmet. But right above the DOT, it says Snell approved. Now, Snell is a independent independent testing company, and the Snell approval process is even more strict than the DOT approval process. So it's going to be a better, safer helmet that's going to offer you even more protection. Any of your three-quarter and full-face helmets that have the internal sun visors will not get a Snell certification because of the gap that they leave between underneath the shell for that flip-up visor. Fitment is key. If the helmet does not fit right, it will not protect your head. So today we went up to Cycle Gear in Bridgeton, Missouri, and I've been in some of the dealerships around here. Nothing against the dealerships, but I knew I wanted to go find a modular helmet. I knew he probably wasn't real sure about what he wanted for a helmet. So we went up to Cycle Gear because they have a huge selection of helmets in-house. They have more than any of the dealers around here do. We went up there so that he would have plenty of options to pick from. We could try on plenty of different sizes, and I don't care if you wear one size in one brand of helmet. Another brand of helmet is going to be probably going to be a different size, and it will fit differently. This helmet, I don't know if I can even find it. Okay, this helmet, this Scorpion EXO, is an extra large. My Sedici that I just bought today is a 2X. Now, both helmets fit well. This one is a little bit looser in the cheek pads, but the rest of the head fits the same. I'm going to use him as my test dummy. First, I'm going to have him put on the Scorpion.
I ain't wearing that one.
No, you're fine. That one's not even going to fit on your head. That one's way too small. And no, that was not a challenge. There you go. Put that one on. Now, if you notice, it went on his head pretty easy. But if he tries to, you could see, I don't know how well that's going to show up. I'm just moving the helmet back and forth, and his head is staying pretty steady inside the helmet. And then if I move it up and down, it doesn't take very much effort for me. I can just use one finger, and I can move the helmet back and forth independently of his head. Now, I don't have the chin strap buckled, but I don't want, if he buckles a chin strap, it's not going to change the fact that the helmet is actually a little too big. Now, this is an extra large helmet. This one's a 2X. He got the exact same Sedici that I have, only his is a large. Now, what you want, you can see that movement on his head. Now, I'm going to try on this helmet, and hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. Now, I don't know how well it shows up, but in here, with this up, you can see it's pretty tight in my cheeks. Now, if I move it up and down, I don't know if you can see my eyebrows moving up and down, but it is actually pulling my scalp. It's not moving around my head. Where with him, it was physically moving around his head. So, you want it where it's snug, but comfortable. And you want it a little snug when you initially buy it, because all the padding over time is going to wear in a little bit, and it will get a little bit loose. So if it's tight initially, you give it a month or two, it's going to loosen up a little bit. Now, his large is just a little bit loose on him now, but I did that because he is 16. We're in December. It's going to be 3 months, 4 months before he's doing a whole lot of riding, just because it's cold. It's Missouri. January and February are usually snowy. By March, we start getting some pretty nice days. So December, January, February, chances are we're not going to be out on the road much up here. So I bought his a little bit large since he is still growing. That'll give him a little bit of room before he has to go and buy another helmet. So guys, I hope this helps if you're out trying to pick out a new helmet. We just had Thanksgiving. Christmas time is on the way. So if you have a motorcyclist or a new motorcyclist in your family, you could give them the gift of safety for Christmas. And let's be honest, a good motorcycle helmet is not cheap. Cycle Gear just happened to have the Sedicis on sale, and that helmet today was $149, I believe they had it on sale for, which normally that's a $200 helmet. This helmet I bought, I think about coming up on 8 years ago, and I paid like $225, $230 for it back then, and the half helmet down on the far end I think cost me $85, and that was it's a good while ago. So helmets aren't cheap, but they could keep you alive. One more thing, take care of your helmets. If you drop them, 9 chances out of 10 they're probably alright. If you hit the pavement with them while they're strapped to your head one time, they're done. Get rid of them. Don't risk it, because if that shell is cracked, they may not save you the next time. And whatever you do, they say you're supposed to swap them out every couple years just to be safe. When you're not riding, keep your helmets out of the sun. If you park your bike at work for the day, take your helmet in with you if you can. If nothing else, cover it up on a bike just to keep the sun off of it. If you can keep the ultraviolet rays off these shells, that will dramatically prolong the life of these helmet shells. So I hope this helps you guys. Unfortunately, he didn't say much this time around. Maybe next time we'll get him doing a little bit more in the video. But he's tired. And hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving. Stay tuned to the channel, because this coming week I'm going to be up in St. Louis for a party put on by Triumph Motorcycles to showcase their 2020 models. So I'm going to try and bring you guys some video from that. And get out there and ride, guys. He's 16. I think here maybe in a future video, if I can talk him into it, we're going to sit down and kind of talk to you guys a little bit about his experience with the rider training class he took, because he's been wanting to ride for a long time. He's probably ridden 4,000 to 5,000 miles or more on the back of my bike. Part of the deal was he had to take a rider training class, so he took a rider training class at the beginning of November, passed the class, got his license. Hopefully I can talk him into sitting down and talking about that in the future. And if you're thinking about it, get out there and ride, guys. There's plenty of places you can take a rider training course and you can learn about it. Do me a favor, like I said, subscribe, comment, share. We'll see you on the next one. Have a nice evening.
Flabbergasted.
Thank you, dude.
Alright, Dylan, let's see if we can fit this helmet over here.
Okay.
I know that's what you've been itching to do since Dad said something about it.
Yep.
Here, make sure you're on camera where they can see us. We'll put this in the blooper
Hey,
reel.
go sit in Dad's seat.
Yeah, there you go.
I wore that like what, a year or two ago?
No,
Well, no, I wore it like once or twice. Man,
Is it a little tight? Yeah.
Would you wear it?
bloopers and takeouts is sitting a little bit high on his head, if you can tell. It should be a lot farther down.
Yeah, considering you barely get the helmet off his head.
Are you about to hit me in the head?
Yeah, I was gonna hit the helmet down on your head.
Blabber.
What the heck was that?
Bloopers. Durr.